Hello everyone, long time no see. Today I thought I would do a little junk journaling video with you, making these cutesy little envelopes. I don't really know what you would call them. Envelopes, tags, with an extra little pocket at the front just to have more journaling space. So they're pretty simple to make, and I thought I would show you how I made them out of these tarot cards. I collect a lot of really random cute tarot cards because they're really great for junk journaling. And I decided, as I was going to make another one anyway, I would show you how I made these two. They're super simple, easy for someone that isn't sure how to make little extras for putting in their journal. Okay, so this is the one I'm going to be using. These are mushroom tarot cards, as you can see. They're a bit more cartoony, and I'm going to be using these two to make another little folder with a pull out. Now you can use absolutely anything to do this. It doesn't need to be tarot cards, it could be playing cards, it could be patterned paper, pattern card. You just need them to be the same size, and any size, it does not matter because you're going to make everything to fit. As you can see, one of them has a little slit here for easiness of getting the tag out. You don't really need it because there's a little tab on the card, but I like to put it in using a circle punch. I just put it in maybe like halfway and cut. I keep it up the top because I like my tabs to be nearer the top, but you could totally put it in the middle. Now once I've got them ready to that stage, any inking you want to do before you actually join them together. It's just a bit easier to get into that little cutout. And I really like aging everything with ink. I'm really into sort of grungy woodland, vintage grungy woodland. So I distress and ink just about everything. I switched to a darker one there because it wasn't really showing up. And I also want it not to smear. The Distress Oxide has a tendency to smear on more like glossy card. So this one is a permanent. Okay, so I'm just doing the distress on my edges. That's totally your preference of whatever style you're into. Maybe you don't like distressing things and you like the clean look. I like the kind of grubby, grungy look. It just kind of suits me. And I'm going to distress the back too. Okay, so after I have inked the card edges, we're going to work on the little front pocket here. And this is an optional front pocket, but I really like to have little spaces to add extra journaling cards. And you could use a pattern paper to make the entirety of this little envelope, but I'm using this card here from an old sticker book. I like a pretty card like this, and I'll keep it whenever I see it. I'm a cross between a junk journaler and a craft supply hoarder, so I don't even know what it is that you would call me. So I cut myself a little strip. It can be any thickness. This is your little folder thing and your preference as to how deep your pocket on the front will be. Now I'm going to add a little indent here. This is optional. I didn't do it on the stripy one, but I just think it looks cute. And I'm going to glue it onto the front of my card. Now I'm using this 3-in-1 craft glue. It's a similar consistency to Fabri-Tac, but it is actually a craft glue for paper crafts. I like it. It's strong, it's fast, like grabbing, it dries really fast. The only thing I don't like about it is it's thick enough that it makes getting it out of the bottle a little bit hard. And if you are using it frequently, and you can't leave it on its side or upside down because it just clogs up the entire nozzle, and it takes a little while to come back down to the tip again if you turn it the right way up. So yeah, it adds extra time onto your project just waiting on the glue coming down again. So as you can see, I left it larger because I'm such an epic cutter with scissors that I need a little guide here to help me trim it to the right size. And despite having the very obvious edge of the card, as you'll see now, I still managed to cut it squint. I didn't even notice at the time, but trust me, I go back and fix it, it's okay. I think I should get some kind of badge for my ability to cut unstraight lines even with a guide. Okay, so I'm just distressing the edges with the ink there, and I should have actually did the top edge with this little tab bit first. As you can see, I'm having a little bit of effort to try and ink it, but you know, it's a learning curve, and I should have done it first. Okay, so I want that to dry for now. So while that is drying, I am going to decide what I'm going to do to put, oh no, I almost forgot, I added sticker. These are just little toadstool vintage stamp stickers from AliExpress. I do actually have 2 folders full of real vintage stamps with flowers and birds and everything, but you know, for laziness, I just sometimes like to use stickers. They're already pre-glued, so I'm just picking out one that I think kind of goes with the theme. There we go. And I believe that's everything I'm doing to this before I join my 2 cards together. Now, I've noticed that it's squint, and I do try to fix it, and by the looks of it, I didn't make much of a good effort. And now's the time to put the cards together. Now, this is your preference. You could glue them together with something like this, or use tape, but I prefer to use stitching. As you can see here, it just looks prettier, and I think it's a really strong way of connecting your cards. So I'm going to take this to my sewing machine, and then I'm going to come back. Voila! I just think it looks really nice, and also it means that there's no glue seepage on the inside, which actually closes your envelope more than you intended it to. So I really highly recommend doing some kind of stitching if you have a sewing machine. Okay, it's also anchored that bottom little folder tab even more, so it's a bit stronger. And I was thinking about adding some stickers down here because it looked a bit plain, but they're not quite the right style for the images on the tarot cards. So I decided that I'm going to get the stamps out instead. I have my favourite stamps, as I'm sure we all do, and I have my favourite stickers back out again because I decided I might put one of them on and then thought better of it, and this is where I get the stamps out. Stamps is in ink stamps, not sticky on stamps. I know that's confusing considering the stickers were stamps. Okay, so I get out my favourite stamps. I was showing you on that little card. Here they are. I've got them all on one acrylic block, the ones that I use most often. And I'm just going to get my stays on and start stamping. Okay, so I'm sticking my little, I don't even know what that is. It's like the wavy lines that you get when a stamp is being stamped. I need to stop using the word stamp. I'm even confusing myself. I'm just going to use some of these vintage stamps to stamp images on. Yeah, okay, I give up. Anyway, I just picked a few. I put them on there. I used the residue ink just to put it at the top to make it more cohesive. You can decorate this in any way you see fit. And now we're going to make the little sort of insert. I mean, it's really simple. You probably could just look at it and know how to make it. But, you know, we're making this together, so bear with me. As you can see, this one was made just out of brown card. The other one was made from, I think it was a book image. And I like the fact that the inside of these tarot cards are black. I was just pointing that out there. Now you could use another tarot card as the image to go in there, but I think I want to use something different. I have my wee collection, and I have this, another sleeve that was a sticker book. And I think it's cute. It's not quite the right style, but it'll be inside anyway, and I think it's cute. And I love toadstools, so we're using it. So I'm just going to cut it down. Squint, of course. Like it wouldn't be a me project if it wasn't squint. At this stage, I'm kind of embracing the squintness. I think it just adds my own like stamp that it is by me because it's squint. Anyway, so I'm going to cut this down. Now at first I was trying to keep the little elements to the side, but I realised when I tried it inside the card that it was actually too wide. I mean, I could see that, but I was in delusion about it. So yeah, I decided that I was going to have to cut it down. So yeah, I decided to trim at either side of the card where those little arch lines are. I was just, for no reason, giving myself a guideline, because we all know that that was going to do nothing. It's not going to make it any straighter. And even those guides that I'm cutting along, they really didn't help in any kind of way. So yeah, I cut it down to size. It's the right sort of height. And now I'm going to distress it. Now first I'm going to take my darker ink and just go around the edges first, because I like that little bit of a darker contrast. And this is quite a light colour compared to my tarot cards, so I'm going to distress it with my, I think that's Walnut Stain, I think that one is. I can't remember the name of that one. And it's going to grunge up a wee bit, and it's going to darken the card a little bit so it looks less contrasty to the main tarot cards. Now however you decorate this inner card is up to you, but just remember that you have to keep it pretty flat, and anything you put on it will need to sort of be stuck down really well, because as it slides in and out of its little pocket there's a tendency to like lift things. So now I'm showing you here, you could make the tab using a tab punch, but this one here I actually cut by hand. So I'm just going to, or you could use a print off like this where you cut it out, fold it in half and stick it on. But I'm just going to show you how to cut one by hand. I'm going to use some scrapbook paper, and you just fold it in half, whatever your card or scrapbook paper is, and you would draw on whatever tab shape. Bearing in mind not to cut the folded edge, because that keeps it together. I didn't like that paper, so I went and got a different paper. I like this one way more. I thought it looked like it went a bit better. So I'm drawing my little tab shape. You know, for someone really artistic, I'm actually really terrible at drawing things like this. I look like, you know, a toddler learning to use a pencil for the first time. And I'm going to cut it squint, because at this point we all know that's what I'm going to do, whether it is or isn't. Yep, it's very squint, I can see that now. And I'm going to cut out this little tab. Now the folded edge is the edge that I'm not cutting off, it's the other edge, as you can see, still joined together. And you're going to glue that on the front and back, like so. And it's going to stick out. So remember where your cutout is and kind of align it to the same height so that it sits in the center of that cutout. And then you're just going to glue it on or tape it on, or whatever your preferred method of adhesion is. And once again, mine is clogged. It's only been sat there for like 5 minutes and it look clogged. That's how fast drying this can be. Then I'm going to fight with it to get the glue out of the tube. As you can see, the pressure of I just noticed only 3 of my fingers have leftover nail varnish on them. I didn't even notice that when I was filming this. So yeah, then you're going to stick it on nice and securely, and then we're going to put it in the slot to make sure it's in the right place, and then I'm going to leave it for like 5 minutes just to be sure the glue is drying. Now at this point I couldn't figure out why it wasn't going in, and this is exactly what I mean, but if things aren't flat it's going to affect it sliding in and out. I just needed to smooth down the back edge there. Okay, we're going to leave that there for now. We're going to work on our little front note card. Now, this is kind of self-explanatory. You just go make a little flat journaling, I don't know, what do they call it, a little card for sliding into that little front pocket. Now, whatever you put in there is completely up to you. In the previous ones I made, one was just a bit of cardstock I decorated, and the other was a cutout from this actual page here. This time I'm going to use the back again. Even though it matches the little front folder I made, I kind of like it. I like how it looks. It's kind of like tea stained paper, only it's really thick card. I'm going to cut it down. Well, I'm going to attempt to make it straight, but it's not going to be. So I'm going to cut it a few times to get it straighter, but it's never going to be straight. I'm also going to cut down the length because it looks a little bit big. And there's me judging it because it's definitely not straight and thinking, you know what, no one's going to notice. I decided I was going to round the corners. It's just a preferred look for me. You don't need a punch to do this. You can do this just using your scissors and cutting off the edges. And I'm going to ink it up to make it look a little bit different from the front pocket. Okay, so once I am done inking here, You can see it is, even though it is the same card, just that little bit extra inking has made it look like much darker. And I'm going to use one of my stamps to put just like a detail on the front. You could decorate this in any way. I've used stickers before, I've used images, and this time I'm going to use a stamp. Just because I think I've got enough going on with the images of the mushrooms, and I kind of like that this is a little bit plainer. So I've stamped that on, and I'm going to return to my little roll of stickers and find something kind of matchy and small. There we go. Just to tie everything in together. This is a really quick and easy one, and I'm going to tuck it in right here. Now, by this time, my inner one should be a bit drier. At first, when you make these, they're usually a little bit stiff getting in and out, but they do loosen up a little the more you use it. And I'm going to glue some paper onto the rear. Now, you could leave it white, that's totally up to you, or you could match it to the style that you normally do, which is what I'm doing. And that's, I'm going to use some tea-stained notebook paper, and I'm going to glue it on the whole entire back. Now, this is where I would do my little journaling notes on this lined paper, and it's just something that you can tuck away and hide. I'm covering it in a generous amount of glue all the way to the edges, and then I'm going to line it up on the edge of my note paper like so, right in the corner. It's actually straighter than I thought it was. It did actually line up on those two edges. That was a surprise. I should maybe get a gold kind of star for that. So I'm just going to make sure it's well adhered, and then I'm going to trim it down using the card as a guide. Try to use the card as a guide. I'm transferring the squintness onto the paper, and then once I trim it there, why do I cut like there's something wrong with my hands? I looked so unfirm there. And I'm going to ink off the edges just to make it look less freshly cut and more like it was always meant to be there. I think that's kind of where I'm done with this one. It doesn't really need much. I think there's enough going on with the little images. And there we go. Voila. We have made our really simple little pocket tuck away tab thing. I don't even know what you call this. I really like it. I'm making a toadstool journal that this one will be going in. The stripy one in the middle is going with a kit that I'll be putting on my Etsy, which is all these rainbow colours in Grunge. And this one over here is for a Woodland grimoire. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed that. And if you make it, don't forget to show me. Bye.